what's up, Mike? How you doing?
Good, good. What can I do for you?
All right. So I just want to give you a little backstory before my question, real quick. So it's me and another guy. We're making for the past 2 years 150 to 175, and I feel that I'm at capacity, right? Like I need another truck. I need another guy that can get in that truck or whatever, to move forward. So I'm having trouble actually getting the capital and like being able to grow this thing. The problem's not leads; it's just capital, because I believe the issue is me having too many personal expenses, but I don't know how I can cut that out, or I really just don't know what else to do right now without capital.
Well, if you're
Do
at,
you have any recommendation?
are you using the two trucks basically every single day then?
I only have one truck. It's me and another guy, and that's it. Yeah, we use asset utilization is to the max.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and raise your prices? If leads is not the issue, why not go ahead and raise your prices so that you increase your margins and can stack money for the next 4 months?
Okay, yeah, I just raised my prices in the beginning of the season. We're at $70 a man hour, and for my area, New Jersey, I think that's pretty top notch. So I don't know. I'm at a 50% close ratio or 56. So I don't know if that's gonna fly.
Yeah, well, the thing is, 56%. I already know it's going to just depend on how much you raise it, right? Like, I think if you went from 70 to 85, you'd probably drop down to about a 40% close ratio. Which, again, if really what you said is true, and that is that you're not having any issues with leads, that's the thing to do if you're going to try to stack cash away, right? If you do that for the next 4 months, and maybe you only have 45% close ratio, but now you're going to have an extra several $1,000s going in next spring rush to deploy against a truck. And, if you needed to get a loan to get another truck, I would do that. But if you're so skinny right now in terms of financially to where getting another truck is that damaging, I would say you need to raise your prices anyways. And in New Jersey, $70 an hour, I know it sounds like you might be, but you need to raise your prices. If you are at the point where you have
Yeah.
max capacity on one truck and you can't afford a second truck and you're making 170 to 180 a year on one truck, you need to raise your prices. And part of that is because you have two owners. So you have two different, two families, two different people that you're trying to suffice inside of the company. That's expensive, right? So part of your issue right now is the fact that there's two owners. If you had just an employee right now, you'd probably be making quite a bit of cash and profit. But because you're splitting your profits in half with another owner, that's making the business pretty skinny. And when you have two owners, you kind of need to scale simply for the fact that you're splitting the profits. And so I would
Okay.
recommend.
So
I would recommend.
I'm so sorry to cut you off.
Yep.
I don't. Maybe I am mumbled or whatever, but I don't have another owner. It's just me and another employee.
Oh, good. Okay, so you're saying 170, 180. You have one employee. What do you pay him per hour?
17. Now I follow the 25% that you say.
Perfect. Yeah. So why do you think? Let me just ask last question. Why do you think you don't have enough profit right now? Because at 180, if he works full time, you're looking at less than 40,000 a year. That's 130, 140. You're gonna have really low overhead. Like you should theoretically be pulling like 80 to 90 grand a year.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. I think I pull out too much cash,
I don't mean
but I
pull
don't
out.
know where I can
Pulling out
cut that
cash is
off.
fine. I mean, like when you look at your own personal tax return, you should be making 80 to 90,000 adjusted gross income. Like is there other expenses like loans or debts that you have?
Yeah, I mean the truck I'm paying, and then I do have an office manager though, and
That'll
I
kill
think
you.
that that is
That's
a
what it
problem.
is. Yep.
I know. Yeah.
Because you're too small to have
Okay.
you're too small to have an office manager. You're literally taking, like when I said
Yeah.
about the other owner, literally that money that would typically go into another owner is now literally going to an office manager. And is that person full-time, part-time?
Yeah.
What's their schedule?
Yeah. So they make 720 a week. You know, that's it. I mean 40 hours at
That's half your
18.
profit. Yeah, that's half your profit right there, right? So
Yeah, right.
what I would recommend doing is trying to figure out systems to where at your size you cannot afford a full-time office manager. You need to get above
Mhm.
350, 400 before you start thinking about a full-time office manager. It's just too much overhead.
Yeah.
What I would recommend doing is trying to systematize things like putting clients into your profile, in the profile, getting the notes correct, and try to take on that yourself. And if that means you out
Yeah.
in the field with a computer, like a laptop, putting in the job notes, wherever, that's fine. But you've got to absorb that $720 needs to go into your pocket right now, because if you do that for 2 months, you'll have
Mhm.
enough to buy another truck.
Right. Yeah, that's a good answer, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, brother. You have a good one. Take care.